Hey guys, so I'm in my studio. I'm in my residence hall because my roommates are playing music. So here's some physics for you. Now I've never made a video before like this, so if you see some similarity between my videos and other YouTubers online like Nika Higa or something, yeah, copying them, but it's okay. So I went to a lecture by Alan Nathan from University of Illinois. He gave a lecture about physics and baseball and how they both interact with each other. It was called "You Can Learn a Lot by Watching." Now this may sound kind of weird, but I really enjoyed the lecture. It was very intriguing, very interesting, and he did a great job explaining how different things work. Usually I don't like physics lectures, but except for Dr. Fenton's, not second up. Anyway, so I've been playing baseball pretty much, since I'm a kid, so I'm an expert. Not really, but it was interesting to know that, I could relate my childhood to a lot of things that he talked about, but I never noticed it because I was a kid. Some things he talked about were things like wood versus aluminum bats and how one can, in some cases, be better than the other, and also drag, lift, a lot of things that we recently covered in our physics lectures. Speaking of collisions, the bat actually slows down a lot after hitting the ball, and it's interesting because the ball actually flattens a little bit at the edge like a balloon, but obviously very tiny, so you can't really tell, and that makes a considerable difference in the distance that the ball actually flies. There's three things that actually determine the batted ball's speed. There's pitch speed, bat speed, and collision efficiency. Now, what's collision efficiency? It's basically, it depends on the coefficient of restitution, which is weird. I'll explain that in a second. And also the moment of inertia of the ball. Hey, we just talked about that in lecture. Actually, the coefficient of restitution isn't really that complicated. It's just the bounciness of the ball. So when I was a kid, I didn't really think about, the fact that the bat itself it's not a rigid object. So, my goal was just to hit the ball and see how far it goes. But of course, there's certain places where you have to hit the ball or else bats can break, damage can happen to your body, a bunch of different things. Another really interesting thing that I learned from this lecture is that the final force on the bat that the batter puts on the ball doesn't really matter at the end, especially like keeping hold of the bat, because you can actually let go of the bat last second and still hit it just as far. For example, Todd Frazier in May 2012 hit a home run by letting go of the bat at the last second. So right before it hit the ball, there was no contact between Todd's hands and the bat, which is really interesting because usually you know that you have to follow through with your swing. However, in this case, the momentum kept going through the bat. There's a guy sitting next to me who is just eating Lunchables. I'm sorry for the noise. Anyway, another interesting thing that I learned is aluminum bats are actually better in some cases than wooden bats. Now, the downside is that aluminum bats are a little bit weaker, but you can hit the ball with an aluminum bat, and because the aluminum bat also kind of gets dented for a second and then pushes the ball a little bit further, the ball can get a bit more distance, which is why a lot of batters prefer that over wood bats. Basically, the aluminum bat has a lower moment of inertia, and it has a better weight distribution, higher bat speed, lower collision efficiency, and the trampoline effect allows the bat to be compressed a little bit, which makes the ball go further. Here. Oh my god. Okay, so the last cool thing that I learned is that the baseball seams are the only thing that affect the variation of the spin of the ball when the pitcher throws it or the batter hits it. So when the ball has some backspin on it, it gets some more lift, it goes further when the batter hits it. Another thing is when you're throwing a knuckleball to the batter, there's no way you can tell the pattern of which way it's going to go, which is a great thing for the pitcher because as long as it gets over the plate, it's a strike. So that's all I have for you guys. This lecture was again really fun. I learned a lot, surprisingly, and my interest in physics grew, I guess, a little bit. But now I have to go because I have to catch a plane to Arkansas tomorrow. It's Arkansas, right?
Arkansas.
Oh, Arkansas. I have to catch a plane to Arkansas tomorrow to the Walmart headquarters. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if there was some information that you guys didn't understand entirely. Please email me and I will explain things thoroughly if you guys are interested. Other than that, please rate my video and evaluate it and let me know how it goes. Thanks.